Hi, everyone. Welcome to another interview from our interview series. My name is Nitin, and I will be your host on behalf of Techcanvass for this particular interview. Today, we have Pricewill amongst us, and we will be listening to his journey of becoming CBAP certified. Hi, Pricewill. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you, Pricewill. Thank you for your time. Just wanted to, before we begin with the interview, just wanted to understand about you, Prince Will, what you currently are doing, about your professional experience. If you can give a brief about that, please.
Okay, I have been in the finance industry, especially banking industry, for years, over 10 years now. I started with correspondent banking, and then I moved into treasury proper, but the sales arm of treasury. So I got into business analytics a few years after that. I was handling a lot of roles that business analytics concerned that I had to do a lot of things that concerns business analytics, but I didn't know that was what it was until a few years into my career, and someone told me, okay, there's a course there's a professional course that I can do to get certified for what I'm doing, and which gives you more presence and gives you more validity in what you have been doing so far over the years. I got to know about CBAP from actually a friend, a colleague of mine that left that is in Canada now. She introduced me to CBAP and said I should try it. I said, okay, I will do that.
Mhm.
And that's where the journey started in getting certified. Um, and then I joined a few preparatory courses.
Mhm.
Um, I joined a consulting company popular in Canada, any consulting, um, and I've been taking training courses over the years for it.
Mhm.
And sure, it was not that easy because I have been in Nigeria then. Although I have my PR and I'm able to work in Canada whenever I'm ready to. But I was having the lessons in Nigeria here at 1 a.m., 1 a.m.
Uh,
to 2 a.m. every Monday to Fridays, apart from weekends, because of the time difference. So it wasn't that easy because after the lectures by 3 a.m., I have to sleep for like 2 hours and now go back to work the next morning, and same thing the next day. Because it was a bit challenging getting those training, the courses, because of the time difference. But as God will have it, I stuck to it, and yeah, we are here today.
that sounds like a lot of hard work has
Yeah.
gone into clearing this certification, Princewell. So just wanted to know, when did you appear for the exam?
Okay, I did the exam, I think in September this year. That's when I applied for the exam. Then I first scheduled it for the weekend after I applied. Although we had technical issues with the um, internet service provider, and I wasn't able to do the exams remotely. So I had to go to a center that's provided in Nigeria by IIBA, and that's why I had to finally have to do the exams 2 weeks later. But it was good. It was good. Yes.
How were you able to manage your preparation, Princewell? As you said, there was time difference. So how was that time? If you can explain that.
Okay. Okay. The time difference was okay. I'm sure the courses were held around 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. in Canada, by the tutors, but in Nigeria it was about 1 a.m. and it was 2 hours every day. Yeah, Monday to Friday, and then we had practical sessions on Saturday and Sunday, which was weekends, where we had to do the practical aspect of business analytics using Jira, learning SQL, using all the analytic tools just to get a grasp of the practical side of business analytics, which we did every weekend. So after about 3 months, I felt okay. I was a bit ready for the exams, and that's when I got in touch with Techcanvass. I was told that they had good preparatory mock exams to prepare you for the exams. So, and I was also told about one other one. So I used to, but Techcanvass for me came out much useful because of the scenario-based questions. I used Techcanvass to prepare for the exam. After feeling that I have studied enough, so I had to prepare with simulated questions and get myself used to the exam proper, how it's going to be by taking preparatory questions from Techcanvass. And what actually gave me more confidence was the fact that the Techcanvass was able to make those questions per module. So I could prepare for each module and knew my preparatory level for each of the modules of the 8 modules, and it was really good. Then I had to do some mock exams from Techcanvass, and I think it gave me an edge after. But when I got to the exam hall, I was glad I used Techcanvass.
That's so great to hear, Pricewill. Your
Yeah,
success is Techcanvass success. So,
yeah.
any more challenges which you faced during your preparation time, which you want to share?
Yes. Oh, the other challenges was okay. I had to read the BABOK over and over again, but though the BABOK is a bit wide, so but I was a little more strategic in covering the courses. I took all the modules and module by module. I prepared each for each module separately, Then I now started preparing for the techniques and the techniques and the perspectives. I also did last, but I spent more time preparing for each model and I made sure I was very good in each model, especially the module for RAD, which I think has a higher score during the exams. So I paid a lot of attention to that since a lot of questions were able to come up from there. So after preparing for each modules and doing the mock exams, then I also did the perspectives. And but the only other challenge I had was the fact that I was also working by the side alongside. So it wasn't like I was on leave. So I had to go to work the next day. So what I tried to do was give myself at least 4 hours or 3 to 4 hours a week in terms of preparing for CBAP. I had to make sure that I invested 4 hours of my time, regardless of when the 4 hours is, whether it was in the night or during the day or on weekends, just to make sure I put 4 hours a week into the studying of CBAP. And that helped out over time. I got more confidence when I was preparing. When I started doing the past question, what do you call it, the preparatory questions, my confidence built up, and it was good. It was good. It
And
was good.
your hard work and patience paid off at the end.
Yeah, it eventually paid off. I'm not sure it's an exam that you can pass by mere luck or sheer luck, because it's more like an exam that tests your understanding and your practical understanding of what business analytics is all about. So it wasn't an exam that just asks you what you have read and you pass. So you need to understand the concepts, you need to understand the applications of those concepts and how they fit in working environments and how it affects your role or affects your job personally. So understanding was very key. So beyond just studying and reading, and understanding was very key at the end of the day. And I think that was what I tried to measure up to, or I try to make sure I got for every principle or for every module, just get a grasp of what they're trying to communicate beyond the letters. So that's why preparing for CBAP it's not similar as other exams where you're asked specifically what you know about or what you have read. You need to have an understanding and a grasp of business
Hmm.
analytics as you know.
What was there any moment when you felt that I can't do this, because your journey involves getting up early, going to work, preparing yourself for the work as well as for CBAP. So was there any moment when you felt, let me give up? I will try it later.
Yes, I think the first 1 month into the lectures, I felt like, oh, wow, this is quite a lot. Once 1 month into lecture, I thought it was what, and I now understood the what they call it, the coverage of the exams. So I now found out, okay, that it's not going to be an easy journey. I had to really buckle up. But then I was a bit discouraged when I first tried the mock exam. My 1 month into studying, I found, and I did woefully. I performed woefully in the mock exams. I was like, okay, I really have to, this is more than what I thought it was I bargained for. But at first, it could discouraging, but my tutors, as at then, had to encourage me and say, no, it's always like that in the beginning. But with time, you get comfortable with the concepts and understand what it's all about. It's so with time you get to build confidence when as you prepare. But initially, you do like a very very hard task or inevitable task that you won't be able to do. So the first 2 months into the preparation, I was discouraged.
It's the same saying, Principal. The start is tough. Starting anything is tough, but once you get that rhythm,
Yeah.
things become easy. So, any more tips, Principal, which you want to share with our viewers who will be watching this interview regarding the exam, regarding the preparation?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The tips I will give is you need to do a lot of practice questions. You need to do a lot of beyond just studying BABOK. You need to do a lot of practice questions, especially with Techcanvass. And why I recommend Techcanvass is the fact that during the exams, at least my own personal exams, the one I had, they were barely questions that are straight to the point. Many of the questions were actually scenario based, even though they are not the long ones. We have the natural long comprehensive questions that ask you maybe 5 questions in one scenario. But even the straightforward questions that were not in quotes the long ones, they were also still scenario based because they were still asking your understanding of the techniques you've understood, the concepts, it was not just a question, an exam that deals with just your understanding of what you read from BABOK is based on your understanding of the concepts. So scenario-based questions is something I would say, okay, you need to major on and understand how these questions can be asked. And that's another edge that Techcanvass gave me because they ask these questions in different ways. It might be the same answer, but in different ways. So it's truly a test to confirm your understanding of the concepts beyond what you know, beyond what you have read. So I'll say take a lot of scenario-based questions, try to understand the concepts. I know BABOK is a bit wide, so you can strategically read by doing it module by module, and try to test your performance on each module, and you can improve on each. What another thing Techcanvass gives you is how you perform across models. So you can see where you see a little bit lagging, and you can improve on that. And I also say, rather than wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to exam, start using Techcanvass a month or 2 months earlier, because that also helped me. I subscribed twice after the first subscription had had expired. I had to do a second subscription, so I used it for like 2 months. So it gave me enough time to prepare for each module and understand how far I've gone in each module. So it was really great. So one of my tips, will be, okay, take scenario-based questions more serious beyond just what you read in BABOK, and do take enough time to prepare with study questions and with mock exam questions. And also, finally, the final tip I also give is timing. Okay, because the exams was, I think it was 30 minutes or so. Can't remember the full timing, but I was able to break the whole, I think 200 and something questions into three, where I'll try and finish 50% of the questions in 1 hour, in that 50 in that 1 hour. So I had almost an hour also for just the scenario-based questions alone, where I have maybe 5 questions for one comprehensive scenario. So it gave me time. So I wasn't actually in a hurry to answer those questions because I had already made up time for me from those other um, straightforward questions. So timing is also key. At the end of the day, I think I finished my exams about 20 minutes to the end. So I had time to revise.
Okay.
And why I was able to do that was because I had practiced over and over again with more questions, and I was able to get used to the fact that I could finish all the other questions that are not scenario based, and give myself an hour at least to handle the scenario based questions. So the practice for timing also comes with preparing using mock exams and using Techcanvass and other these things that you can use. So it's practice, 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 practice. Actually, is what I will suggest to anybody preparing for CBAP today. Try and practice a lot before your exams.
Okay, thank you for sharing those tips, Pricewill. How's your life after CBAP? Things have changed professionally and personally?
Okay, I'm presently in the job market. I'm trying to secure a new job in because of my certification. Okay, I'm also in transit, in line of I'm actually trying to relocate by in a month's time fully to Canada, and I intend. So I'm actually in a job on presently, and I just been applying, and So I remember when I finished, I got a lot of congratulations and people trying to find out how I did the exams, And I was like, okay, this I didn't know this certification was what was as serious as that until I started getting feedback when I posted my the fact that I passed the CBAP exams and I got certified on IIBA. So beyond that, okay, presently I'm like I said, I'm job hunting, trying to get a job that will suit what I want to do, and I'm also trying to transit from Nigeria to Canada fully in my PR. So that's where I am presently. And I know, but I trust the fact that um, God is able and is a very good certification because the feedbacks are very good. People really want to know how you did it, and people also really want to know. Always try to tell you that it's a very good certification to have at any time beyond your career stage or level or stage of your career. It's a very good certification that comes in very handy, especially in today's world.
Thank you for sharing that wonderful journey with us, Pricewill. It was great interacting with you, and thank you again, and all the best for your career. And we know you will be doing great. Thank you for your time again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.